I've never named my trees, and I don't think most bonsai people do, but I'm going to name this tree that we're working on today because a year from now, it'll be easier to remember it. A name also gives a tree a personality. So the name of this tree used to be tree number 12, which isn't a very memorable or inspiring type of name, is it? So after some deliberation, I'm naming it Mona Lisa Overdrive, after the novel written by William Gibson, the father of cyberpunk, and the man who invented the word cyberspace in the 80s. I think it's a good name for this tree because it's angular and reminds me of chipboard circuitry. So from here on out, this tree is officially Mona Lisa Overdrive, and let's get to it.
When I was starting out, I was never sure where I was supposed to cut the tree back to. What branch? How far back do I cut the branch? I was never quite sure what was right and what was wrong, but then somebody gave me some great advice early on. She said, cut it back to where it starts being interesting. Just eliminate the boring parts. All right, I agree with that. Get rid of the boring stuff, but what makes a tree branch not look boring? Well, let's think about it. Movement, right? How it looks, which way it bends this way and that way, and the flow of it and the different angles. That can make it look very interesting. Tapering also, right? It needs to be thicker closer to the main trunk and thinner as it moves out. And also the forking of the branch at the very end, how the one branch divides into two and then to four and to eight, and it keeps forking and getting smaller and smaller as it moves outward from the trunk. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at Mona Lisa Overdrive. Starting at the bottom, the root flare up to the first branch has nice tapering, and the trunk gets gradually thinner as it rises. This section has both tapering and movement. The middle section doesn't have much tapering, but it does have a nice counter curve to it. From there up, the top section has no tapering and no movement. It is what they call leggy, meaning that it's too long and thin and doesn't have a change in girth. The upper part is not an option to keep. So we're down to two choices. Choice A is pruning the tree about halfway up, right above the second branch, the one that goes to the left. I can easily see this becoming like a slanted style or maybe an informal upright as it slowly works its way back up to straight after suffering damage in a storm. Option B is pruning the tree even further down, right above the first branch. Pruning the tree this way gives it maximum tapering from the base up, and I really like how the direction of the first branch mimics the direction of the tapering on the left bottom part of the tree. It almost gives the tree like a little S curve or a Z curve. And that right there puts this tree over the top. So I think we have a winner.
We've thought through our design. Now's the easy part, executing the cut. Okay, here we go. No turning back. I always cut a little beyond where I want, then slowly trim off the excess. Also, and this is very important, make your cut so that it's towards the back of the tree where the viewer cannot see it. This is the illusion component of bonsai, hiding the ugly parts. If we cut off the excess trunk like this, we're going to leave a right angle here, which is a no-no. This looks like it was cut by a person, and it's not natural. Your tree should never look like it was touched by a person. The next step is to seal the wound. There are several products on the market that you can purchase specifically designed for bonsai. A much more affordable option is common wood glue. After that, place the tree in partial shade for a couple weeks and let it recover. I'm never sure I've made a good design choice until the bonsai cat shows up and inspects the work. It looks like it's passed. He's marking his scent on it. That's game respecting game right there. In a year, I'll do a follow-up video on Mona Lisa and we'll make the next design decisions. As always, thanks for following along and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.